If you ever get lost in a national forest and a ranger tells you to stay on the trail, they're not worried about you falling off a cliff. They're worried about the trees. Because some nights, deep in certain forests, the trees move. Not in the wind, not when anyone's looking, but when you turn around, the forest is suddenly different. I've been a forest ranger for 9 years. I've handled bears, wildfires, missing hikers, and storms that flattened entire valleys. But none of those scare me. What scares me is Protocol 7, the one we use when the trees start walking. And if you ever see red paint on a tree in the middle of the forest, don't touch it. And whatever you do, don't let the trees surround you, because once they do, you're already too late. I work at Black Hollow National Forest. It's massive, miles and miles of untouched wilderness, old-growth pine and cedar, thick fog that rolls down from the mountains every evening. Beautiful during the day, but at night, the forest feels wrong. Our ranger station has a board near the back office labeled Emergency Protocols. Most of them are normal. Protocol 1, Lost Hiker Search. Protocol 2, Wildfire Containment. Protocol 3, Animal Attack Response. But there are 3 protocols that aren't supposed to exist. They're written in red ink. Protocol 6, Protocol 7, and Protocol 8. And every ranger knows if one of those is triggered, you stop asking questions and follow orders, because the forest doesn't like curiosity. My first week on the job, an older ranger named Carter sat me down. Carter had worked in Black Hollow for 30 years. Weathered face, quiet voice, the kind of man who notices things most people miss. He pointed toward the forest outside the station window. "You see those trees?" he asked. "Yeah, they're not always where you think they are." I laughed. He didn't. "Protocol 7, he said, sliding a folder toward me. Inside were photos, forest trails, but the trees in each photo had moved, not a little. Entire tree lines had shifted position between pictures taken hours apart. And the strangest part? There were no footprints, no broken roots, no signs of anything digging them up. They just changed places, like the forest had rearranged itself. A month later, I was patrolling the southern trails when I noticed something strange. A pine tree near the path had a red circle painted on its trunk. The paint looked old, but I hadn't seen it there before. I radioed Carter. "Hey, there's a marked tree on Trail 4. Silence. Then his voice came through. "Get back to the station." "Why?" "Now." When I got back, Carter looked pale. "You're sure it wasn't there before?" "Positive." He nodded slowly. Then he walked to the emergency board, and for the first time since I'd started working there, he flipped open Protocol 7. Protocol 7 had only 3 rules. Rule 1, when red marks appear on trees along a trail, the forest is shifting. Rule 2, if the marked trees move closer together, evacuate the area. Rule 3, if the trees form a circle, do not enter the circle. And if you're already inside, do not look away from the trees. Ever. 2 days after the red mark appeared, a call came in. A hiker named Jason Morales hadn't returned from Trail 4, the same trail. Carter and I drove out at sunset. The forest was quiet, too quiet. Even the wind felt hesitant. We followed the trail for about half a mile before Carter stopped. "Do you remember that marked tree?" he asked. "Yeah." He pointed ahead. There were 3 now, and they were closer together. We searched the area for hours. No sign of the missing hiker. No footprints, no gear, nothing. Then Carter suddenly grabbed my arm. "Don't turn around," he whispered. "Why?" "Just don't." But I already had. The tree behind us was closer. Not by much, maybe a few feet, but I knew for a fact it hadn't been that close before. The forest was rearranging itself. We started walking back to the truck, fast. The deeper we went, the more red marks we saw. 5 trees, 7 trees, 9, and they were all forming a rough ring around the trail. Carter cursed under his breath. "We're inside the circle." The temperature dropped instantly, and that's when we heard it. Footsteps, but not from a person, from roots dragging through soil. The first tree moved when we blinked. 1 second, it was 10 feet away. The next, 5. Its roots were half exposed, like something had pulled it from the earth, but the soil around it was perfectly still. Then another tree shifted, and another, slowly, quietly, closing the circle. Then we saw him, the missing hiker, Jason Morales, standing perfectly still between 2 trees, his back to us. "Jason!" I shouted. He didn't move. Carter grabbed my shoulder. "Don't go closer." "But he's right there." Jason slowly turned around, and my stomach dropped. His eyes were completely black, and vines were growing up his arms, like the forest was claiming him. Jason opened his mouth, but the voice that came out wasn't his. It sounded like dozens of whispers layered together. "You shouldn't have entered the circle." The trees creaked around us, moving closer, roots dragging softly through dirt. Carter whispered one word: "Run." We sprinted down the trail, branches snapping behind us, the sound of roots dragging faster now. I looked back once. Huge mistake. 3 trees had moved into the trail behind us, blocking the path like prison bars. But Carter didn't slow down. He crashed through the undergrowth, ignoring the trail entirely. After what felt like hours, we burst into a clearing, the ranger station parking lot. The forest stopped at the tree line, silent, watching. At dawn, we returned with a full search team. Trail 4 looked normal again. The red marks were gone. The trees were back where they should be. Except for one thing. Near the center of the forest, we found a new tree. Fresh bark, fresh roots, still damp with soil. And carved into the trunk were 2 names: Jason Morales and Carter.
Carter disappeared 3 nights later. No radio signal, no tracks, just gone. Now I'm the senior ranger at Black Hollow, and last night I found a red mark on a tree near the station, which means the forest is shifting again. And according to Protocol 7, if the circle forms, one of us doesn't leave. But the forest always keeps its numbers balanced, and right now, there's a new tree outside my window, and I swear it wasn't there yesterday.